and welcome! It's me, Daria, again here to annoy you with my semiotics. And of course you're watching Untitled Daria show. Today we will talk about stress. Why stress? Because recently I discovered that there are some people who get very stressed when they see my videos on social media. They write to me and I become very stressed as well. And besides of thinking of all the things I have to think nowadays, I also start to think, why are they so stressed and angry with me? And I become really angry too, and that's not good, guys. So let's breathe in and breathe out. This is very helpful. And let's talk about stress and anger, because this video about stress and anger. So, when we usually get stressed and angry? When someone makes us angry. And I can say that there are two types of actions which makes us angry. First, it's when people make us angry by purpose. For example, your boss thinks that you are working better when you are angry and he teases you all the time, or your colleagues think that your position is not good for you because maybe you're not good enough for this position, and they tease you a lot too. And the option too, when people make you angry not by purpose, so they even don't understand that they making you angry. For example, your kids, when they're having a bit too much fun and they don't really realize that you're boiling inside. Or, for example, if you've ever been in Stansted airport at 6 a.m., you probably know my feelings. At that moment, you're just getting nuts because of many groups of travelers who just stop there in the middle of the road, and then you're suddenly late on the flight and everything just goes so crazy and you get so angry. Yes, exactly, that you cannot even breathe. But let's think what actually goes on in our body when we get angry, because we are not just getting angry, we're actually getting stressed. And what's going on the biological level when we get stressed? On the level of our body, our brain gives a signal to our adrenal glands to produce adrenaline, and next to produce such a called hormone of stress, which called corticosteroids. Very complicated word. So the funniest thing that evolutionary, our body did not develop different reactions, like one reaction of being stressed when you run from the wolf in the forest or from the lion on safari, or the other type of stress when you are like sitting there in a traffic jam and you're like very much nuts, or any other time when we get angry. So when we get a lot of adrenaline in our body, our heart starts beating very, very fast, and these guys, which called corticosteroids, they actually keep supporting our body being stressed for next 2 hours. Theoretically, if you're getting stressed like every 2 hours, it's more or less like you the whole day running through the savannah just trying to escape from the wolf. You get what I mean? And the most funny thing about getting stressed and angry, sometimes you can't control it. Trust me, I'm a very stressful person, to be honest. And once in my life, I was stressed that much. It was my graduation time from the first master, my first job, my first rent of apartment. And I was stressed that much that all my eyebrows did fall off. And trust me, people without eyebrows, they are not cute, like panda without their black thing. So, how can we solve this stress result-oriented problem. First and foremost thing, not all our stress comes from the outside. Many of our stress comes inside. For example, when we start overthink. Our prefrontal cortex is very good in making beautiful dreams, but it's also very beautiful in making our life nightmare when we think like, oh my god, if I lose a job, I will not be able to pay the bills, I will get sick and then I will die. Perfect. Let's follow the advice from the old but good Mr. Dale Carnegie. If you ever read his book, which called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, he says, stay grounded in one moment. Yes, guys, that really helps. Don't try to live in the future and don't live in your past. Stay here and now, and I'm sure your today, your present second, your present moment is very joyful and very good. Enjoy your life, eat pizza, don't think about fat butt. The second advice about dealing with the stress comes from many times cited by me, Robert Sapolsky. He explains how stress works on the biological level. The thing is that when we're very stressed, our sympathetic system is very much working hard. So if you want, just stop it. Take a very strong, hard breath in. And it will suddenly switch your body to parasympathetic system, which is much slower and will help you to relax. It also helps in one more case, but to know it, you need to read the book, this one. And the third advice, very useful, which comes for the situations when you cannot really do anything. Like, for example, government of your country just collapsed, or your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend leaving you. It's all like very sad situations, like paralysis. And I'm sure most of us don't really know what to do next. It's like life is over. But it's actually not so. You know why? Because what's happening on semiotic level? Some information which was valid just some time ago, just maybe a day ago or a month ago, we were sure that our government is stable, or we were sure that we'll spend the rest of the life with this person, become suddenly not valid. So in our system of values, our picture of the world suddenly becomes the huge black hole. And what to do with that? I'm pretty sure that no one has the answer. But if to understand that exactly this unpredictability, exactly this black hole drives us crazy because we don't know what next, it doesn't mean that life is already over. It just means that you need to take a time, you need to think a bit about your life and rebuild this gap with the new information. Some information which will make your life much better. I wish you all peace and love, and may the semiotics be with you. And subscribe and like this video.